Vitor, a student of Hanyang University, will give a presentation on his internship at Hyundai Rotem. Please give him one round of applause.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I cannot speak good Korean as my friend, but I will do a presentation about Hyundai Rotem. So, I did an internship at Hyundai Rotem for 3 months. I was expected to do for 2 months, but I had the invitation to stay 1 month more. And I volunteered myself to share this experience with my Brazilian friend, as well with the Korean businessmen present here, so that they can see the vision of a Brazilian doing an internship there. So, we applied for Hyundai Rotem. Okay. Brazil is heavily interested in trains. Brazil, taking a comparison, in Brazil, the São Paulo subway. São Paulo is the biggest city in Brazil, and it has just 74.3 kilometers of extension of subway. That's what I mean. 3.4 million persons every day take the subway. And the number of the population over there is like 19.2 million inhabitants in the metropolitan area. If we compare this to Seoul, we have 975.4 kilometers of extension and 6.9 million persons every day take the subway. And the number of course, the metropolitan area of Seoul is much bigger than in São Paulo. But anyway, if you take a look at the picture of the subway in Seoul, in São Paulo, we see that it could be a great opportunity for Brazil to have a bigger subway area, since you cannot have the traffic jam in Brazil like this. So that was one of the reasons. And Seoul has one of the best subway systems in the world. If you look through Google or any website search, you will see that the Korean subway, the Seoul in special, is considered one of the best in the world. Generally the best one. And the other reason that I applied for Hyundai Rotem was the TEV Rio São Paulo. Maybe many people are aware of this, but this is the high velocity train that's being built in São Paulo. It will be in this region here. It's 518 kilometers of extension. It will connect the two airports in there, Viracopos and Galeão. It will connect the two main metropolitan areas of Brazil, São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. And nowadays, not everybody, but many people that work in this area, when they need to go from São Paulo to Rio de Janeiro, they need to take an airplane. And some people do this every day. So doing a train that can do this path would be a great idea. So, my first day at Hyundai Rotem. The first thing that was surprising for me at Rotem was the language. Maybe none of you can believe, but I didn't speak in English in there. I was speaking in Portuguese all the time, because almost everybody in there could speak in Portuguese. So, in the department I was working, I was at the 9th floor of this building, and it was just Hyundai Rotem in there. From the 3 departments, one department was totally concerned about Brazil. So, you can see that the company has a really big interest in Brazil. That is a hint that I will give for the Brazilian fellows. When you go to an interview, or you are working in a Korean company, in the office, it's better to wear the full suit in the first day. Yeah, some people, sometimes they were not aware, and maybe they can have some kind of problem. The attitude is very important in a Korean office. The first thing you do when you get to a Korean office is to say hi to your boss or your manager. You have to do this every day. Yeah, no, really, this is to show your respect for him. You know, and the time you are going back home, you should do that as well. Yeah, because in Brazil, maybe it's a kind of different the culture, but you just say hi to your close friend, and maybe you sit and start to work. But in here, you have to say hi every day to your boss and say goodbye for him. So, about my work. When you work in the overseas market, you need to be aware about the rules of the country. And in Brazil, we have many licitação, that in English would be something like bidding or auction. So, in order to participate in the auction, you need to know all the laws and rules of the country. So, nothing could be written in the project in English. Brazil only accepts Portuguese. So, they really need people that speak in Portuguese. So, the engineers, of course, in Korea, they don't speak Portuguese, all of them. So, we need to translate the contract and what are the requirements of Brazil into English so that they can do the engineering part. Something that was really good when I worked in Hyundai Rotem, they had a way big experience with Brazilian business. Everybody knows about Brazilian culture. They know how to do the business in there. Because in Brazil we have some kind of curious thing that it's very difficult to say a Brazilian to say no. We always say perhaps and this kind of thing. So they already know are aware of this kind of thing. And I have a good experience to work with Spanish countries from South America. So I could train my Spanish and know some different countries that even though they are from South America, they are way different from Brazil in the marketplace. They have to work that. Yeah, it's not all about working, you know. We have also the fun part. We bring with our co-workers, and I would say for the people that are starting to work in a Korean company, it's really important to go to this drinking time. That's the time where you know better the people that work with you, you know your boss better. You can have a really good relationship with this person that sometimes it's kind of difficult to do that in the office because you have to work a lot in there. The coffee time is the time after the eating time, the lunch time, is where the people go just to have some rest. It's kind of common in Korea to, after the lunch time, you sleep a little until the time to get back to work because the rhythm of working is really high, really heavy. So it's good to have some time to rest in between time. And what I want to say here too is my invitation to stay a little longer in the company. The occasion was in the Brazilian restaurant, and the last day I was supposed to stay there, and they told me, "Oh, Joao, we have a kind of interested in the Brazil market, really big interested, and you know Portuguese, you know about the Brazilian culture. So if you were okay, we could try to stay a little longer with you, and you could help us, and it would be good for us and for you as well." And I said that I would be okay because I have a really good relationship with my co-workers, and so my manager, he talked with the HR department, and they told me it would be okay. So I had a chance to continue. I only couldn't stay a little more because I had to do my semester at Hanyang University. So I needed to study, not to be doing the internship at this time. So what I learned from this internship, I had a great experience to open my mind to overseas sales. It's really important to master a foreign language when you do that. You cannot do any business just with the English if the country doesn't speak in English there. English is an international language, okay, but when you do business with the other country, you need to do as they do, you know. You need their language, their culture, their way of doing the things. You need to know everything. So it was the better understanding for me about the Korean way of working. That's really heavy, but you have a lot of fun in the after time of working. And I perceived the importance of mastering a foreign language. And not only the foreign language, but the culture about the country. It makes things much easier when you need to do business with this kind of country. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you, Vitor.